Oh man, good morning, y'all. I gotta get this monster opened up. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. Either a swing failure pattern of the 48.3, or if this actually holds, then I would be looking to possibly long in the 42.5, 43 zone. But again, no blind limits. And if it completely stops out all the longs, I would feel much better about longing. However, if we're going like this and there's just open interest continuing to go up, I'm probably not longing that. Wake the fuck up. I gotta tell that to myself. Oh, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing? Ooh, fuck, it's freezing. All right, we got CPI coming out, motherfuckers. We're not gonna do like the normal roll call. Y'all ready to get nasty? 20 seconds for the Bugatti. 16 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and the math is the math. Here we go. CPI Bugatti money. Oh, snap this off a shizzle. Oh, here we go. Bugatti. Gammas. Oh, snap dizzle for shizzle, banana fan fo fizzle.
It's time to get nasty on the sweeper IZ.
Hey, whoever that was, let's get nasty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. CPI today, y'all. 3.4, 0.3. Nice. King Calmore says, are the ETF approvals going to affect how BTC trades at all? Not really. But a lot of people will put a little bit more emphasis on the news. RK Man, Folly, ZX Boy, Bloodies, what's going on? Cirrus, what's going on? Skip Mohawk, Griff, Piles, Lucky Days, Liamze, Teosoti, 420 EMA. How we doing? Make sure you get caught up. Personally, we said that the next short would be this sweep. So it's up to you, but I feel like it's gonna try to turn Golden Pocket into support. So I probably wouldn't. I think it's better to wait for that. Also, the markets are gonna open in about an hour, 50 minutes or something like that. So it's up to you, though. The question isn't so much, do you think it's a good idea to long or short? You got to tell me why. I don't know if you're looking at S&P Blue Gammas, but S&P probably still has room to go higher, to be honest with you. Remember, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, their target is like around 51 hundo. So Toad 420 says, do you think all of these approvals will give us much more volume to the market? Not that much, Toad 420. Yeah. So my first question would be, like, were you around when the Bitcoin futures, like on CME, got enabled? So, like, I would assume most of us have done it, but you can go back and take a look percentage-wise how much more capital flew in when Bitcoin futures opened up on CME. I've always said this. ETFs aren't like bullish. It would be super retail to be like, oh, there's going to be 401s and pension funds and all this and that coming in. That's not going to really happen until you get regulation and compliance. And like institutional money isn't going to flow in until they know that the game is rigged and they can win, i.e., regulation and compliance. They're gonna want their money like protected and insured. So, yeah, I mean, with the ETF, it's not like BlackRock or JP Morgan is gonna buy Biddy. They're just legally allowed to sell it. and make commissions off of the sale. That's really all it's about. So it's one small step, but I don't think you're going to see like the capital inflow that you would need for Biddy to go to like 6 figures until you get like more regulation. That would be my opinion, brother. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. The math is the math, baby. Three, two, one. Here we go. Markets are open. It's Bugatti time. The Bugatti dealership is open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Easy money, Bugatti money. The plan is the plan. The math is the math. Let's get it. Come on. The math is the math. Quit playing with me. Come on, my boys. I see you, S&P. Bugatti. Come on, baby. Juice. The juice is the juice. The juice is the juice. The Bugatti is the Bugatti. Oh, snap, dizzle, for shizzle, banana, fat, full fizzle. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Snap, dizzle, for shizzle, ladies and gentlemen. Let me move this text off. Yeah! Yeah! Quit playing with the levels. Quit playing with the levels. Everybody juicing? Let's go. Juicing right now. This is why we prepare and plan. Everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody caught up on the YouTubes? Everybody caught up on the YouTubes? I would assume that if you don't know what I'm doing, it's because you haven't been watching the last couple days. But everybody else is good, right?
He said, what did he say?
This is greener than kale. Let's go, big boy. Allow Stario says, thanks, Kimba, you the man. Let's go, Stario. Bugatti money. Tivs 8, let's go. Cabron, let's go. Chester M, let's go. Nailed it says, we juicing. Cabanese says, we Gucci. Let's go, my boys. Let's go. Jack and Saints is 48.5. Let's go. 4 on 20. Don't be late. We Gucci. 411 pieces prepared. Let's go. Frota says juicing on the weeks. Let's go, my boy. We got another 26,000 I want to give away today. The math is the math, y'all. The math is the math. Quit playing with the math. Jairam says, I love it. Let's go, my boy. Joker, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. AGE says, yes, sir. Populous. Sato short BTC. Oh, my God. Does he probably doesn't know how to read open interest. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Come on. Literally broke everything down to a T. Should be no questions. Are we Gucci, ladies and gentlemen? This is why you prepare and do homework. So on days like today, you can just sit back, relax, and take notes. Let the lettuce smoke. Danny Brio says, when short, make sure you go to the YouTube highlights and watch the highlights. Okie dokie, exclamation YouTube. Literally every single day is Bugatti. Okay? Start from at least the 8th or the 9th. You still have time to get caught up on everything. Rogerlicious, let's go. Rogerlicious says, do it. Woo. Again, talked about it. Y'all ready? I'm ready on this. I hope you guys are ready. How many times did we fucking talk about this? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all Gucci? Ooh, give it up for Kimba Lines, y'all. Give it up for Kimba Lines. 30-minute candle in 12 minutes. You already know what it is. Fioga says Kraken went to 49,750. I know. I'm looking at it too. Let's go, Feel Gut. Coinbase hit 49442. Good call, Ninja Pirate. We should all be watching CME and Coinbase, right? Let's go. Who did that? Ochibi, I see you. Cyber Monkey says we love juice. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs to everybody. Woo! Oh my, let's go. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. 4 minutes on this 30-minute candle close. Uh-oh, hot dog. Uh-oh, hot dog. The plan is the plan, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Come on now. Oh my goodness. Come on, baby. Quit playing with me, ladies. Oh my goodness. Y'all know what hey, who's staring at this motherfucker for the next 4 minutes? Who's going to be staring at this motherfucker for the next 4 minutes? Who ready? It's over. Come on, man. Quit playing with the math. Is there anybody that's like watching the stream right now and is like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about? Exclamation rewind. That's the answer to life, okay? If you're sitting there pondering what's the meaning of life, exclamation rewind. Okay? If you go to the Buddhist monasteries, okay? You know what they're going to tell you? Exclamation rewind. Let's go. McCallum says CK woken up to this pump. It's all good. I mean, I'm sure either Crypto Kang or I will probably hook him up with another 2025 if he loses it all. So he'll be Gucci. Wood Starling says, hi, Kimba, just got here. It didn't sweep yet. Am I right? It might sweep right now.
He just told us to be prepared.
So this 30-minute candle close is going to close in 25 minutes, but it's so far so good. Wood Starling, so far so good, man. Gucci Magucci! Quit playing with them. Ooh! This is not my hands. I'm moving my body side to side. Let's go. Come on, man. Quit playing with the math. Stario is asking, would it be unwise to have shorted the 48.9 there? 48.9? I mean, you have a better entry than me. I mean, not really. We'll see what it works out. This is what I would say. Okay. Once you go lower than this, you put your stop loss at break even. Understand? So it's a free roll, yeah? But yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think most of you guys can like see on the screen what my entry is, but no, and I'm not even fulfilled, so. Yeah, 48.9, I mean, you can't lose, so I think you're good. Living Forest says, I have question. I do not take this short because of OI, and I'm wondering if I make mistake. There is no such thing as right or wrong. It's about probabilities. And so, Living Forest, do you remember when I was talking about this? And what the open interest I would want it to look like? Do you remember when I said I would actually tolerate open interest going up? As long as the open interest is going down immediately at the top. What is it doing right now? Do you remember when I nerded out with you guys about that and how you want to actually get maybe top longers trapped? So, okay, so if you remember, it's actually doing exactly what I said I would want. Long, immediate squeeze. So, what we talked about in terms of trapping top longers, this is what I'm talking about. I'm okay with it going up, but at the top, it's going to start decreasing. Okay? So this is actually great. For me, it kind of feels like top longers are trapped. All right? But the levels are the levels, and you see all these bounces, right? Do you understand what all of these are? It's 7.5 or golden pocket, right? That's why I just said swing low, swing high. You move your stop loss to break even if you lose that golden pocket. You might get another pop. But I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. It's not about like all of us being in the same trade or anything like that. But I'm literally executing my plan. And I don't know how many times we've talked about like the open interest, but it's actually not bad for me. Okay, but it's still inconclusive because it could even, like, did you see me do this earlier? Do you remember what we said about naked point of controls? I need to be aware of something like this, right? We know that has lots of confluence, right? We know that has lots of confluence. We're not celebrating anything. So, and on top of that, there's still 20 minutes left on this 30-minute candle close. Lon Sizak says, does it mean anything if CME swept? Yes, you want CME and Coinbase to sweep. Okie dokie. CME is what you really want to have it sweep. Good morning, RG Bargy. Trolichu says, so just a question. In your opinion, you think we fill that 39K CME gap before heading up to 52K? Well, Trolichu, I wish I could answer that question with certainty. As of right now, there's no data that tells me anything about 39K CME gap getting grabbed or not, so I don't know. I do know that the next level of interest, if we are going to go down, is the week lows right here. Okay? And it's a zone because CME and Bybit and Coinbase, they're a little bit different. So there's a cluster of weak lows between 42.5 and 43. Okay? So my first level of interest would be that level. Okay? If this drops and the open interest completely resets and there's like a hidden bull div that starts to get formed, then I'm going to long that. And something that we talked about yesterday was, since you would have all these other levels, like you were saying, 39 CME gap and stuff like that, wouldn't it be really bullish to pull back here and then bounce instead of going all the way down here? Yeah, I mean, we can all see the 39K gap, but for me, the next level of interest is the 42.5, 43 zone. Okay, and in between then, you have levels here, you have levels here, you have levels here. Okie dokie, you have Fibonacci levels that you know from a historical perspective it could respect. So why not? Let's just take it level by level, brother. I hope that makes sense, Trolichu. But we could just do this, and that would be extremely bullish. Okay? But these are weak lows, and that's not debatable. That's not arguable. Okay? We need the P&L screen back for the culture. You want me to show it here, or you guys want it on the VIP? There you go. Quick little 85K, you dig? I just hope it doesn't bounce on the naked point of control, because then I'm gonna get round tripped on this ass. You know what I mean? Juicy Maguchi, Juicy Maguchi, Juicy Maguchi. The math is the math. Are you caught up on this? I mean, obviously, I'm just skipping to like the 5 seconds, but this is a 46-minute video. Okay, you were here for this. Either a swing failure pattern of the 48.3, or if this actually holds, then I would be looking to possibly long in the 42.5, 43 zone. But again, no blind limits. And if it completely stops out all the longs, I would feel much better about longing. However, if we're going like this and there's just open interest continuing to go up, I'm probably not longing that. So you know that this is what we were anticipating for the last 2 days, yes? You watched it? Okay, great. Were you here when I put in that naked point of control? So I just went like this. Let me see if I can show you this actually. You see what I did? You see the stop loss? Joker says exactly what I did. I see you, my boy. The math is the math. All I care about is, are you guys juicing? And when I say juicing, I'm not talking about profits. I'm talking about, is this making sense? Somebody was asking me about, bro, where would you long? And we identified this naked point of control. How many times have you seen this come back eventually and get tapped? We just did a lesson yesterday on the naked point of controls and how often it comes back for it. So this shouldn't be surprising, right? We have confluence on fibs. We've seen it happen historically. If it bounces from here, I'm not surprised one bit. Let's focus on the future and let's prepare for this long, or why I would get into a long or why I might not. Okay, you already missed this short. Let's make sure that we don't, we don't miss this long. Okay, don't worry so much about, how the fuck can I get, it's already too late. Like you missed it. Like, if you missed a couple days or you didn't watch the highlights, it's all good. It would be smarter to allocate your time and energy to making sure you don't miss the next thing. So you just need to focus and make sure that there's not, that's why every single fucking hour I go, is there any questions? Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? Ask me whatever you want, because we cover every single scenario. So ask me what you want to see here. Let's prepare for this. Let's prepare for the CME. Let's prepare for, are these good or bad lows? Let's get ready for the next one. Gucci? Spacecast says, really hope it retests like Golden Pocket or 8.8 so I can get an entry. I was working. First things first, you do not want to get 30-minute candle closes above the TPO. It doesn't matter if you're a bull or a bear. Like that level, we're all looking at it, right? James AP says, let's prepare for the sweep of the sweep at 52K. Boy, I hope I'm in a long from 32 or 31 or something, James AP. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to talk about 52K, you have 2 or 3 30-minute candle closes above there. You have 2 or 3 30-minute candle closes above this. I would probably say like 35%, 40% probability you're going to get that 50, James. But before we go to 52, golly, I would love to be in a long from 42 or a long from 39 or a long from 32. 32, 42, 39. Yeah, man. Lick Provider says, how do you do with stop losses at sweep levels? Because I have a hard time with that. Did you see how I did it? I drew this on stream, so you can always rewind. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to have candle. Well, I wouldn't want to have candle closes above value area high. I definitely wouldn't want candle closes above the daily open. And I definitely don't want 30-minute candle closes above point of control. We already talked about that though, yeah? So the timer's on now. 25 minutes left on the 30-minute candle close. Remember when we talked about how many I wouldn't want, how many I need below, et cetera, et cetera? Pretty much the same threshold as normal. But yeah, I'm not gonna freak out when there's a hidden, bear div showing up on the 5. It's only on the 5 minutes, so actually I don't even want to really talk about that. But I'm not gonna freak out when there's a hidden bear div on the 5 minute and it's pixel fucking on that line that we've had for quite some time. Clearly, it was support before. So I would assume that the VWAPs are going to be somewhere around here, and there's going to be some sort of like Fibonacci correlation. How much you want to guess that this is this one? Hold, deviate, break. The most bearish thing would have been to reject off of that. Second bearish, this is neutral. How much you want to bet that's the golden pocket? Dude. Shiba! Okay, but what does that mean? I'm sure somebody's like, what the fuck does that mean, man? Tell me long or short, you dumbass. All right, motherfucker. This isn't really for you to like get back into a short. It's more about how I would use these levels to decide where I want to put my stop loss and profit. I think you use this to figure out where I want to put my stop loss and profit. I think it would be pretty easy to kind of guess that I'm going to aim for a little bit behind there, a little bit behind there. Yeah, so, and the awkward thing is this is your pivot point right here. This price point right here. You guys see it? It's this. So you can technically do that and it would still be a hidden bear div. And that's one of the awkward things about hidden bearish or hidden bull divs that I don't like. It requires you to be extremely, almost painfully patient. So that's why I was kind of like, the 5 minute, whatever. So anyway, so you have clear levels of interest, golden pocket. You've got VWAP. So it is above the first level of VWAP, and so that's still okay. You've got these levels, and so, you know, like I said, I really wouldn't want any candle close above daily open. Shout outs to Pixel Perfect support turning into resistance possibly levels that we've had since Monday. And you got your time point of control with a 30-minute candle close in 22 minutes. Are we Gucci? Are we Gucci, ladies and gentlemen? Did that make sense? So most of that is not debatable. That's just levels and data, right? And so, you know, maybe you guys are on smaller time frames. Cool. You know, maybe you're going to put a little bit more emphasis into a specific indicator than another one. Cool. And if you're going to be playing a sweep, you can either wait for structure or go blind. I don't want to encourage this, but right off the bat, just by staring at this living forest, I might do something like that. Does this at least make sense to you? So I wouldn't encourage this, and I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, but just kind of staring at it. If I were to put blind limits in, that's technically okay. That's okay. So if it's going to be super bullish, then theoretically you would just grab the weak lows and then turn back around. I mean, this is wrong. Like it would be like this, or, you know, somewhere in between here. You would average in, right? Since it's a zone, let's just say that you get the midpoint. But do you understand that that's where the weak low is, and that is not? Therefore, you would not want to sweep that. So, like, you could just, this would be common sense. So, you know, just like today, if I see some goofy ass shit happening, okay, I might take it. Roger that, living forest. So just make sure you get caught up. There's no surprises. Everything has been talked about and planned for days in advance. Okay, and I go beyond just identifying the levels. I talk about open interest and what I would be okay with seeing and what I would not be okay with seeing, how to anticipate the hidden or the regular CVD divs. being able to differentiate between coin margin contract open interest and stable coin margin contract open interest, Fibonacci confluence, TPO point of control, volume, value area high, value area low, previous day, value area high, value area low, full rotation. Okie dokie. So make sure you get caught up. Everything is all right in front of you. If you just want the number, I'm more than happy to tell you, but it's really about why and how I identified those levels. And then you can really just decide if you want to take it into consideration or not yourself. All righty. Yeah, nothing has really changed too much in my opinion. So I would love to TP there and potentially go long, but I'm not going to put blind limits here. And we talk about how, you know, the open interest going up or down as we approach that level would be a pretty big impact. And I would, you know, want to see some sort of like hidden bull div. You know what I mean? Like that on CVD. So, you know, you can see that this pivot point is already kind of high. So, yeah, there's actually no real good hidden bull div setup right now. You would have to give it, it would have to spend some time down here and build one. But yeah, that's it. And then like, you know, we talked about first off, if you were here for it, that's awesome. But we talked about how, you know, going up to that VWAP would be perfectly normal. Pixel fucking and bouncing off that, perfectly normal. We did the swing high, swing low, golden pocket confluence. And so ideally, if you're bearish, you do that. If you're bullish, then you're going to get out of the VWAP. So I think you guys are pretty good to go. I'll be, well, international lines, you have PPI. An hour before U.S. market open. But aside from that, for the next, I don't know, like 12 hours, I think you guys are good to go. If your question is about how I would play the long or the TP, kind of talked about it. The open interest is going to be the biggest dead giveaway. But I would need to see, I don't think this is going to swing fail. I think this is going to possibly be like a failed auction or like a Kimba Crown. I don't think it's a bink bink. So I would like advise caution here. The higher time frame support is like 34K, 35, 33. I mean, it's the levels that we've been talking about for quite some time down here. And there's single print imbalances. You already know what it is. It's this cluster that we were waiting for quite some time. And if you remember what we've been talking about, we talked about how ETF gets approved. We go shoot up to 48, 49, but then we have like a crazy rotation to 34, 31, 32, 33. Remember all that conversation? That's always going to be in play, but you can see all the imbalances and the support levels that should hold and would have to, you know, break through before we even get to this level. So, you know, I'm going to be looking at the 43, 42.5 for potentially TPing the whole thing and maybe going long. But I'm probably going to, you know, let a little bit run just in case we just completely shatter through. Sad Vinny says, Kimba, for the volume profile and TPO levels, do you consider them invalidated once they get visited once? No, they're still considered point of controls. The ones that are untapped are naked. So there's a high probability that it's going to get grabbed. But just because it got tapped, it doesn't mean that it's invalidated. No. It's just not naked anymore, and it's just considered a tapped level. Yes, and you know that you know why I'm waiting for the daily candle close, right? Let's see if we open outside of the value area range, then you would have a potential full rotation play. Yeah, so you have a full rotation possible play. You have a VWAP and Fibonacci confluence play. So some people actually shorted that. Some people longed that. Okay, you go swing low, swing high. That's going to be golden pocket. You go swing. Okay, swing high, swing low. That's golden pocket resistance. Swing low, swing high. That's golden pocket support. So you've got like volume and Fibonacci confluence playing here. Okay. We talked about what the significance of each of these levels are. The most bearish thing would have been to just immediately reject at this level. The second most bearish thing, it would be to reject at that level. Once you get here, this is neutral. It's not bearish, it's not bullish. And you know what I would want to see for me to get bullish, right? Turn that into support. Okay, so you've got that kind of guiding you through. You have the, let me show you. You have this on the smaller time frame. You have this on all leverage. Look at all leverage. You think there's more longs or you think there's more shorts? When somebody says shit like, "Oh my God, there's so many shorts," no, that's wrong. There's a whole shit ton of motherfucking longers in this market right now. Not arguable. So let's just, take a look at high leverage. That's your high leverage. So maybe it can go grab the 47.7 if it really wants to. Obviously, on high leverage, it's kind of, unreliable. Opti is what you would want. It's the highest probable leverage. So look at that. That looks a little bit better. 47.2, 47, still possible to get grabbed. 46.6 is the peak. Okay, but no matter which way you look at it, almost all the liquidity that would be lucrative is to the downside, right? All right, Rangy. So again, in about 2 minutes, we're going to have the previous day value ranges. So you're going to have a historical pattern, right? A full rotation play is a historical pattern because we see it happen over and over and over again. So the previous day value area high, full rotation to value area low, or the previous day value area low, full rotation to the value area high, right? It's a historical thing. You've got volume and Fibonacci confluence, okay? So this way, that's golden pocket resistance on the top VWAP band, and then that's your pixel perfect golden pocket support. You can clearly see what the, sort of the lines are for the battlefield, right? So, yes, if you want to take it all the way up there, theoretically, you would lose the bearish edge. You understand that, right? So this is the most bearish thing that could happen. Second bearish, now this is neutral. And you're talking about a higher level that has exceeded the VWAP. So that you're kind of risking, in the pursuit of getting the best entry, you are kind of putting yourself in a not a good position. You're losing all your edge in the pursuit of a better entry. Does that make sense, Rangy? You're trading your edge for a better entry. I'm the opposite. I will gladly sacrifice $200, $300, $400 on an entry if it means that I have a higher edge. You're doing the opposite. But there's nothing wrong with that. Alrighty, so do your best. In my opinion, brother, I'm not gonna add. I'm gonna get stopped out in profit here. I'm not gonna add. I'm not gonna move my average entry, and I am not gonna risk letting this short turn red. So it did what it needed to kind of get like the local top. So if it wants to go visit it again, I would think 50, 50K is and higher would be in the books. Okay, and just like structurally, that you would want to make lower lows, right? And you want to make higher lows or lower highs, right? So do your best, Mr. Rangy, but I do like that your question involved the open interest being factored in, and that would be one of my biggest confluences and edge. So, okay, let's check. Oh, round of applause. Round of applause, motherfuckers. Let's go. All right. We survived CPI Thursday. You guys are nutso. Okay, nope. We opened inside. We opened inside. So you do not have a full rotation play. Your daily open is inside the value range. So you don't have like that full rotation play. Okay, so that one strategy, like one easy play, is you can throw that out the window because that's no longer valid. So sprinkle in your liquidation zones the best that you can. Identify levels, pull out TPO value ranges, and then just do your best. I'll be back on as early as I can tomorrow. So whether I'm still here or I'm in Cali. So I'll see you guys in about 13, 14 hours, something like that. Bill Kong says, I am holding ETH from 2337, but if the plan is ETH BTC coming down, should I sell all here? Bill Kong, I know it's not the answer that you want to hear, but you have got to execute your plan. Are you going to prioritize learning and getting better so that you can juice on the next 1,000 trades? Or do you want to say, fuck all the future upcoming trades, let me just maximize profits on this particular trade now? So I think what I would say is it's better to have macro urgency and micro patience, if that makes sense. Now, that being said, if this doesn't sweep, two, 3, 3, 7. Oh, that's too difficult, brother. Yeah, Do Kong, your entry is hella good. And I don't think I would be able to get a 23, 23.37 long. So it would surprise me if it pulled back that hard. I would love to long that if it wants to come all the way back down. My main thing with ETH BTC is this trend line has to be turned into support, which means that I can afford to wait a day or two to get the Fibonacci 382, or depending on how long it takes, the golden pocket pullback. And yeah, but that being said, ETH BTC is at a level that I have been waiting for a year. So it kind of depends on what your time frame is on, Do Kong, because I'm getting ready to long this bitch, right? I wanted to long it right there. I've been waiting for a sweep of that for a year. So I'm not gonna get too nitpicky. If we're gonna convincingly break there, this motherfucker could do this. You know that? And, we've thrown out numbers like 3,000, 3,500, 3,800 for ETH. So there is no right or wrong. I would do your best. If you have leveraged positions, just layer out. You don't have to close the whole thing. All right? I got to get better at getting in, but still stuck at selling. Sometimes I'm seeing all the profit coming down. Well, so this is what I would say, Do Kong. There's nothing wrong with trying to maximize profits. And if it's really bothering you that your unrealized profit is going up and down and it's a emotional roller coaster for you, you should start shaving a little bit. The best position size are the ones where when you're in the red, you're thanking God it's small. And when you're juicing, you wish that it was bigger. That's when you know that's the perfect size you should be trading. So ain't nothing wrong with stop lossing. You should realize some profits. And I always say this, Do Kong, you have to stick to your plan. Let me know if you agree with me, but in my opinion, if you can't execute the plan that you originally had when you're juicing, I don't know how you're going to tell me that you can do that when you're down. I don't know how you're going to convince me that you can stick to your plan and do what you're supposed to do when you're down a little bit if you can't even do it when you're juicing. So use this as an opportunity. Maybe you don't have to do any more TA, brother. It's purely an opportunity for you to become better with emotional composure. Maybe that's what this trade is really trying to juice you on. Okie dokie. But there's no right or wrong. Do your best. I'm rooting for you. Okie dokie. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. Alrighty, stay safe. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.